On this episode, we talk about Castlevania Dominus Collection,
the New World controversy,
and I bought an $18 iOS game, all for the show for this big fall love fest. Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, live from Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I don't know. Welcome to episode 872 of the Video Game Outsiders, our big fall gaming episode. I'm one of your hosts, Michelle Madison. Yep.
That's
Stop
right.
playing
It's
this
our
depressing
fall
song. That's right. And joining us, John's best bud, bandmate, and everything to him, Matt McCarthy. Our other Matt. Our other Matt will be back next week. What's going on, Matt?
Hello. Nothing. Just enjoying the fall.
Yeah, you went to Japan. I want to hear about your trip and talk to you about what you saw over there with gaming. Because I know
yeah, for sure.
There's probably a lot of cool stuff, so we'll get into that. And yes, we are celebrating fall tonight. It's this weekend, the first day of fall. We all played sort of fall-themed games. I know, John, you did some...
Yes. I played some fall stuff. I played the most fall game I've ever played.
Really? I think I have too. I kind of was really feeling the theme this week and the weather.
Well, Matt knows what game I'm talking about.
Oh, well, you know. Matt knows everything first, doesn't he?
The game that encapsulates New England.
That's right. You played the New World.
Oh, yes.
We'll talk about that because there's sort of stuff
like
to
right
unpack.
now, walking around here, and Matt, you can confirm this.
It's New World. When we were playing that like every night, we would be sending each other pictures like during the day of like, oh, this is a shroom cap or whatever they're called, and look at this tree. This tree is totally New World.
Right. Look at this. I need to level my axe up to get this. This Brock
But seriously, it did seem like they designed that game based on like New England foliage. It really looks like it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game, but we'll get into exactly what is a turn. Is that how you say it? Aeternum?
Aeternum, something like that.
Aeternum, yeah. So that's basically the console launch and a beta on PC. We'll get into kind of what that means and all the other fall stuff and Matt's Japan trip. And John's fall song will be at the end of the show. Get your razors ready for your wrists. So anyway, we are live right now on VideoGameOutsiders.com. We do it every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. If you missed it, you can listen anywhere podcasts are, as well as our app on iOS and Android. Because we do bonus shows during the week. Some are free, some are premium. We put that episode out for all where we talk to Gigi about kind of what's going on in China with gaming and the Wukong devs and all that. That was interesting, John. But we do bonus shows during the week, and we have 20 years of a back catalog almost of VGO. If people support us for $1.99 a month, they get that. How do they do that?
That's right. Go to our website, VideoGameOutsiders.com. There is a red premium button. Go ahead, click it, lick it, slam it, whatever you need to do. Go to the next page, sign up, go premium. It's $1.99 a month, and once you are a VGO club member, you will unlock our entire back catalog of almost 20 years. And all the bonus stuff we do every single goddamn week. Micro VGO.
That's right.
John Show.
Sometimes PC Outsiders. And
should we
fun
do
themes.
fall lore?
No, but we'll have a Cooking Outsiders in November, like we always do. That's a tradition here at VGO. So yeah, that's good. So head to our website. You can also support us on twitch.tv/John and Michelle, free with your Amazon Prime, as well as in Discord. We do a weekly show in there called the Sex Podcast.
Yeah, and grab our app. It's totally free, iOS and Android. Search for Video Game Outsiders. And then also, anytime during the week, you guys can send us voicemails. Can be a question, comment, whatever. Just pick up your phone and dial 520-FEEL-VGO. Tiger?
What's going on, guys? This is Anthony, longtime listener. Haven't heard your show in so long. Getting back into the swing of things. Loving the content. Just listening to your current episode featuring Warhammer Space Marine 2.
Yep.
And I'm going through the first one on my 360, and I'm loving it. And if the sequel is anything like this game, I'm going to love that one just as much. Keep up the good work.
He's been turning for a while.
Bye.
He has, but that's, people pull over to call us, John. We get a lot of people in the car. But no, I love Warhammer Space Marine 2, and I recommend everybody, you guys should be playing this together, Matt and John. Like, you guys need to play through co-op through the campaign. I think it's a great time. Catch it on sale or something, because I think it's fun. I think you guys would have a good time shooting shit together.
Yeah, I'd be into it. We played that, what was that Sony game where you shoot the dinosaurs?
Yeah, I was talking about that game. Exoprimal, right?
Yeah, but this
that one, yeah.
This is
that the one
epic.
you're talking about?
This is
No.
manly, epic shit.
What?
Not some stupid dinosaurs falling out of a portal. Come on now. This is Warhammer.
What was the Sony game with the dinosaurs?
The
Exoprimal?
Wait,
Isn't that...
the recent one that
Oh.
had the controversy.
That was Konami or Capcom. Exoprimal, I thought.
Oh my God, Sony,
Exolamo. CC, right? I think it's
something
Fall?
Exolamo?
Concord?
You know what else was good was that what was
fat
that
people
that
falling out of
that
trash
Aliens
cans.
game?
Yeah, Aliens. No, that was not good. That was playable. That's not a good game.
But the thing we kept playing it though.
I did. I beat it with my friends as well. It was
So
a
did we,
good
and
Game Pass game. But I'm telling you, Warhammer is like just badass. So yeah, check out Space
No, I'm
Marine
sure
2
it
together.
is. But the Aliens one though, the only thing that was
Fireteam Elite,
disappointing.
yeah.
The only thing that was disappointing about it was when it was over. Because
What I liked
Yeah.
about that one was there was friendly fire, so we got to shoot each other in the back a lot because
Yeah.
that's kind of what we
Yeah.
do in my group. So that was fun. No friendly fire in the Warhammer game. But yeah, no, you should check that out if you like the first one. I think it's better in all ways from what I've heard.
all right. So what's the game, Matt? You remember?
No. No,
We
I'll think
played
of
a
it.
bunch of these games that came
I
and
know.
went like that. You know that, like.
Yeah, Exoprimal, that was a short-lived one, but the Aliens one we finished.
Did you guys
Yeah.
ever play Helldivers together? They just did a big update to it.
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
Did
Oh.
we? Oh,
Wait, did we after the update? No.
Yeah, the update's new, but I don't know because I kind of played a bit of that and I just didn't keep up with it because it was just.
I think we
they didn't
played
do
it the
enough.
first week and then went
Yeah.
to Call of Duty, back to Call of Duty. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much how you guys roll. All right, well, let's get into our fall games. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like
Yes.
John is like out of it right now and sleeping. Can you take your hands right now, John? Just smack your face really hard.
No.
Yes.
I know that you feel that too. You feel
I
like
do,
there's a
because you
pause
said-
and
yes.
a disconnect right now. But
Yeah,
it's not
because
there.
you're like on drugs.
I'm letting
Did
Matt
you take
talk.
an edible?
I'm not on drugs.
I don't know. Something's weird.
When's the last time
No.
you've eaten anything?
Yeah, that's true.
Me, I had burgers for dinner, and right now I'm drinking a non-alcoholic partake beer.
All right. Everybody better have a fall
10
drink
calories.
or at least
All
fake
right.
it.
All right, let's do our 10-second spotlight. Each of us has 10 seconds to talk about what we're playing, drinking, whatever we want to cram in. Michelle.
Right. I got a lot of games. I played 4 games. The first one I want to talk about.
I know you do. You're very excited about this.
Well,
And don't.
I mean,
okay, Michelle, are you going to talk fast or talk slow or talk
I mean,
medium?
I'm excited because
I know you've been thinking
I
about
do
this.
a podcast and, you know, it is good to come with some energy and not be sleeping throughout the whole show and actually paying attention to my co-host. That's just kind of like bare minimum
Yeah.
what I like to do here. No, so I
Who's
did
sleeping?
you. I heard you fucking snore at the beginning.
Because I paused for I paused for 5 seconds and then
Who's pausing? No pausing. Every week we're from Plymouth,
The thing is,
Massachusetts, or Fort Wayne,
you wanna
Indiana.
know something?
You're just you're
When
not
I-
bringing it, John. You're old.
But here's
You're
the
out
thing.
of it. Let's go.
When
Let's go. Get up. Go.
No. When I
What?
paused,
Yeah.
I knew I was pausing, and I
Yeah.
knew that you knew I was
That's
pausing.
great. I'm glad
and
we've
I
been
could
doing the
sense
show
it.
together 20
And
years, so you actually know something about me in 20 years. Congratulations.
So
I'm a real
I decided
mystery. Yeah.
to let the pause
Of course.
actually hang out there, and
Yeah.
then Matt said something.
Yeah, that's not good listening. That's called awkward listening, John. And people listen are like,
And look what it
are these
did. Look what
people
it
new?
caused
yeah, it pissed
here.
me off, which is your fucking goal every show and everybody's goal every show. Because apparently
And
when
all I
I'm
needed
mad,
to
I'm
do was just-
entertaining.
I just paused. That's all I
great.
did.
Yeah, you know what? Because I can sit off easy because I know when people are up to shit, and I fucking called it, and it was intentional. And look at
No,
that,
you
I
didn't
sensed
know.
the
You
pause.
didn't know that I
he
knew.
did it on
I knew.
purpose. He did it, and now look what he's done. All
No,
right, so
I
I
didn't
played
do
a bunch
it.
of games.
I didn't do it on purpose, but once I
Yeah.
was doing it, I realized it was happening, and I let it stay out there. And
Yeah,
then
that's
Matt
good.
talked.
That's good. You know what? That's good. That's good to be silent when you're hosting a podcast. To sit there and not say anything. That's good. That's really good.
I will say Michelle is usually onto you. Like I was thinking of the because I have a cricket in my
fire
room
alarm?
here. And the
Yeah.
fire alarm,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
believe how quickly she knew it was you, and you were
Yeah.
just by the way you're acting. That
Yeah, you can tell. The fact he sent Matt around upstairs and poor Matt's asking his wife if she's burning something. Did you burn
Oh,
toast,
my
honey?
God.
You know, it was just, that's just quintessential John and Matt and me. Because, like, I can figure it out. Come on. No,
Nah.
no more shenanigans tonight, John. We're both on you. You got Matt and me here. We're going to figure this out. All right. Let me actually talk about what I played, because I did play 4 games, so I don't want to take up too much time with all of them. So I want to talk briefly about Enotria: The Last Song. It's $50. It's a new Souls-like game. I did play the demo. It just came out. It is an indie Italian Souls-like. So they're calling it, I know it's a fall show, they're calling it Summer Souls, but it's late summer, okay? Because it's like the sunflowers are starting to fall through the sky. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful game, and we don't often get that with a lot of Souls-likes. As far as like, yeah, Elden Ring looks cool, right? But I'm talking about like this bright, sunny, warm. You're playing crickets now?
I'm not.
Or is that you with your real cricket?
It's Tiger.
I'm not in my room.
Is that Tiger's doing? All right, you guys should all go to hell. All right, so anyway, the Tuscan sunflowers are like dying and falling through the sky. It has this like warm fall, late summer feeling to it, and you don't often get this like beautiful, like happy looking Souls game, and that's sort of what they did. But it's like rich in lore. It was made by a small Italian team who wanted to. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's great. A cricket,
I'm not doing that.
I know you're not, but somebody is. Mute their fucking mic. It wasn't you. Is it the real cricket, Matt? Is it a real cricket in your house?
It's a real.
No, it's not real. It's too clear. You people suck. So yeah, this game is cool because it's like rich in lore and history of sort of like during Venetian. Okay, I can't cut straight. So it's all about these masks.
Are you fucking with us now?
I think this is what you've created. You've created this guy.
No, there's an actual cricket and I can't find it.
No way. I don't believe it. It's too clear. And he only came on now. He came on after you mentioned the cricket. He didn't talk. The cricket wasn't there from the beginning. All right. Anyway, you are the maskless one. Well, you know what? It's fall. There's bugs around. You are the maskless one. There are 8 masks in total to find, and they're basically like the roles of the game. And they let you swap these 3 loadouts on the fly. So that's also kind of unique that you have these interchangeable masks that you can level up and change kind of how you're playing. And so I only played the first area right now, but I'm on this boss that's really like badass looking. Even the optional bosses are kind of cool. I mean, that's the good thing about the game. Like the style, the lore, like the look, it's all over the top. The customizability of your character and the load, that's all great. The downside is, though, I feel like coming off of Wukong, obviously different type of game, but it doesn't have that polish. It doesn't have that like perfection on the animations and like the connecting. It has like this little jank edge to it. But outside of that, I kind of still like it. I like it for what it is. If you can tolerate like an indie Souls-like game,
it doesn't look indie at all to me. It looks
no,
good.
It doesn't look indie, but it just it's got a little bit of like I know it's early access. It's got a little bit of a jank to it, a little bit of a like. Sometimes I feel like I'm connecting. Other times the timing with the parry. Well, the timing with the parry is actually pretty forgiving, but like the timing and the hitboxes of the boss, like I sense a little bit of like, okay, so I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit buggy, just a little bit janky, but once it gets that final polish out of EA, I would probably look at this game once it comes out if you love Souls-likes, because there was a lot I actually liked about it. And I actually found myself getting into the story and sort of getting into like seeing the next boss. Like the one I'm on right now is like Vermiglio. He's like in this badass like church or library type thing, and like the setting and the lighting and the candles. And look, I love Italy. I'd love to go. I'm Italian, so like I'm a sucker for like how this game looks, just overall. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it's the most polished Souls-like around, but I still think it's pretty cool, and I recommend like putting it on your radar if you like Souls-likes. I just think it needs a little bit of polish still, which is kind of the way it goes. Speaking of, what is that? It's a real cricket. It's cracking you up, he says in chat. No, it's fine. What is that? What's that? Oh, Gabe Bows. John, are you playing random sound files?
That's not me.
What is? Okay, this is like the worst show I've ever done. I really think so. There's like random sounds. There's a cricket.
But here's the thing. I really think the cricket's real in Matt's basement.
He knew to start right when the show started, too.
Matt, I don't think, Matt, you're fucking with us. This is stupid, dude.
Now you know what it's like cricket. To be on the receiving end.
I'm sorry,
John.
I can't talk. It's cracking me up. This stupid cricket is so loud and doesn't.
Oh my God. Look what you've done. You've created your friend to be like, you know. All right, I feel really out of sorts and discombobulated, I gotta say. John. What would possess you to think this is good to listen to? Like, you want to explain this to me? You're a new listener. You turn on a podcast. There's a guy giggling to himself playing 3 sound files at once. Would you keep listening?
Depends.
Yeah. It's like a 7-year-old got on like a soundboard or something. It's just, I mean, that's fun for
So
you and
long, Gay Bowser. All right.
you guys definitely like ate edibles together before the show.
No, we didn't. All right. So fall is here. I'm excited about your next game.
That's right. So all right. Yeah, Michelle's gone if we keep this shit up. Harvest Moon Home Sweet Home. I bought an $18 iOS game for the show. This is interesting.
I saw that. And I'm like,
I had
what?
no clue Harvest Moon was such a racket on mobile, but they have a lot of like not full price games, but almost full indie price games on mobile. So I was willing to take the risk. $18. It is actually a full Harvest Moon game, exclusive right now to mobile. I could see it going elsewhere, but right now you can only play. And I played on my iPad, played a little bit of, quote, my own deck mode outside with my iPad, and I actually kind of enjoyed myself. And so it is a true Harvest Moon game.
Yeah, the art style is a little more mature, maybe? Is that the word? I don't know.
I feel like well, I'm a girl who grew up in this town and I'm back. And, I keep running into my old friends who are now, and they're all like,
came back for a funeral.
Exactly. One of my friends' dad was like, wow, look at you all grown up. You look great. And I'm like, this feels
that
awkward.
guy's a creeper.
Yeah, I think so. But you can actually romance people in the game as well. Like, so I'm interested in his son, to be honest. He's the carpenter of the town. And I've been bringing him wood and no pun intended. And I really kind of like this guy, but it's done in chapters. I'm only on chapter like 3 of 10. This game's like 100 fucking hours. The progression is insane. So you have crops, you have animals. People do like ask you to I don't know, bring them anything, flowers, crops, fruits. You have to grow all this stuff for these people, do these quests, and slowly the town starts opening back up. There's like, they write a newspaper about you saying that like your vegetables are the talk of the town. Like it's this living, breathing world that kind of starts like dead, quiet, but you're back in town and you're changing things. Like, so you create your character, you get in there, and it's actually this addicting loop of like done with a day-night cycle, festivals, there's a calendar. I mean,
how do you move around in this?
How close is this to Animal Crossing?
It's very Animal Crossing. I mean, have you ever played any of the Harvest Moon games?
No, that's why I ask. I don't know anything about this, and I'm wondering why you're romancing like little anime kids.
Well, because I'm a kid, and well, I don't know if I'm a kid. Maybe I'm probably of age. I'm probably 18, and there's like another guy. And the thing is, like, I don't know. It's the romance isn't a huge part of it, but you can always romance a character in the Harvest Moon games, where like your goal is to get married and have children. You can also breed your animals and stuff too, so that's kind of a part of like whatever. John, did you play any Harvest Moon games throughout your life?
Yeah, when my daughters were very young, I had them on the N64 and the GameCube, I think.
Yeah, I think they came out before Animal Crossing, right? They were some of the first sort of sim. But yeah, it's pretty similar to Animal Crossing, but in this particular...
Yeah, it predates it by 4 years.
Yeah, so it's if you like Animal Crossing, it might be something to look at.
But it's more about the romance stuff. I remember that when my daughter was playing it.
I mean, it's not a huge focus.
But you can have like a boyfriend or whatever in the game. Like Animal Crossing is just managing friendships, not really that, right?
Yeah,
like,
I don't think they let you get married and like expand in any way.
Right, you're just trying to keep your neighbor happy in Animal Crossing.
So, well, it would be kind of weird if like a rabbit is like marrying a dog, like I guess.
Well, that would be actually, that's what they should do.
Yeah,
and you could reproduce
like,
and make dog rabbits.
Yeah, doggids, I don't even know. Dunnies. Yeah, no, that would be actually more interesting, but.
A dog
Badger says he just picked up an iPad 10 to give me some good games. Is this a game you would recommend to somebody that just got an iPad?
I mean, well, maybe it depends. If you like the Harvest Moon games, yes, I would recommend it. If not, no. But the cool thing is with iOS 18, they just added game mode, and I wanted to see if it made a difference because this game was kind of taxing. Like I could see just, I don't know why, just running back and forth. Like it's, I felt like maybe there was some stutter, but the game mode actually helped out. The movement is just you tap and you run to a certain
it's not
area.
Like virtual.
No, I think you may be able to toggle that on, but default's just kind of tap and move.
Now, why don't you just like sync a controller to your iPad?
Because you don't need it. You don't need it.
That
with
would
a game
drive
like
me
this.
crazy. I bet you it's great with a controller. That game.
Well, I've got the 12.9-inch iPad in my lap. Like it's just easy to tap. I don't want to prop it on a table and grab a controller or anything like that. Like I kind of just, it's just kind of
scoliosis like me.
Yeah, I don't want to be bent over and hunched. I have to keep good posture. So yeah, I think the game mode is cool. It came out automatically and it definitely felt smoother. So I'm, with my iPad, I don't use it that much. Like it's kind of at night, check the, the news, the weather, whatever. Check out the whatever gaming websites that I look at. And then maybe I'll turn on a game here and there. So, but it's nice to have the game mode. I do sometimes game on my iPad. And this is kind of cool. Like the fact that we're seeing these semi full priced games go on there with no microtransactions or anything like that. So yeah. No Candy Crush Badger. I don't do that. Sword of Convaleria was the last one.
This is $40 on the Switch.
Oh, really? It's out? It's supposed to be an exclusive. Harvest Moon Home Sweet Home?
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at the link. Never mind.
Thank you for subbing, ESP. This one's Harvest Moon Home Sweet Home.
Is this on Apple Arcade?
No, but I was going to say too,
the Japanese one.
Yeah. I mean, Japanese Rural Life Adventure last year was my mobile game of the year. And I think that's the better game than this. And that's on Apple Arcade. So if you're going to play one of these types of games, Badger, you should check that out. If you actually do like Stardew Valley, Japanese Rural Life Adventure was awesome. And that's on Apple Arcade. And that
game has great controller support. I played that on my TV.
Yeah. So, but no, Harvest Moon Home Sweet Home was good and very
That's a real game.
Yeah, it was a real game. Totally real.
Because there is a lot of absolute shit in Apple Arcade that's just like Jetpack Joyride type stuff. And then there's like a few like free games. I mean, real games like that Japanese one.
Badger, I don't think I've ever played Candy Crush in my life. Honestly, I don't think I have. All right, so moving on from that, another fall game takes place in, quote, autumnal woods. All right, you're going to feel the fall in this game. It definitely looks like New England. Autumnal. Okay, it's called Rika or Reka. I'm not sure. It's a Slavic. It's based on Slavic lore.
Autumnal,
I believe.
Autumnal?
Yeah. So it's based on.
Don't trust John for pronunciation.
Autonomal.
Okay. Well, I say draw and dragon. All right. So listen, it's a witch crafter. That's what I'm calling it, because you are a little witch going on an adventure out and you get to craft your own home, which is literally a walking chicken. I really like this game. It's early access. So there's only like 3 chapters. Then they throw you out into like sandbox mode, but it's definitely one to watch because it's sort of got the Animal Crossing thing going on too, except you're dealing with real people in this like spooky village where they're all sad and upset about something and this like weird shit's going down. They're talking about some old lady in the woods and you go to meet her and she's like, you're a witch, I'm a witch, I'm going to train you, I'm going to let you go through these trials. And so you're running around, you find all this stuff you can decorate your house with, you find outfits. Like it's definitely going to tap into, like if you're a girl, like you're going to like this game. I feel like more than a dude because it felt like going shopping. Every time you go out and you find something, it's like, ooh, new outfit. Ooh, I can put a plate. I can decorate with a candle. Like, like it's kind of like going to like TJ Maxx and finding something in the, but
in the home goods section.
Yeah, in the home goods section, you're like, wow, I could really use that ceramic plate. That's what you find because you're not going out.
Wicker basket would be good for fruit.
Yeah, that wicker basket. I could put that in my entertainment center. Let me fold a blanket in there. But no, it was definitely charming. It was only made by 4 people. It could definitely use some voice acting and some touches, but it doesn't look bad for what it is. And it does look and feel like fall because, you're doing these quests for these people in town and you really feel like you're making a difference. Like as you're helping them, they're giving you cool rewards. You're cooking for them. You're crafting for them. You're going and saving animals for them. They'll be like, oh, I lost my dog, can you find them? And somebody captured them here. So you're doing stuff to help these people. And the creepy witch the whole time is like, be careful, the choices you make. Yeah. So you have a walking chicken that can get up and go and sit down and travel. It's the home you're decorating. And there's this whole like ritual you do to get this chicken house.
Transient.
Yes. But I don't know, like there's something special about this. You felt like you were becoming a witch and going through this process and these rituals, and there's choices that you have to make, good or bad. Do you want to be a good witch, a bad witch? And yeah, this is very early access though. Like I played for 3 hours and then it was like, okay, what we have done is done. Now go to like sandbox mode. So it is one to watch, but maybe wait, see what happens by next Halloween. I love this.
I really adore the way it looks. I do. It has like this creepy Salem kind of look to it.
Yeah, there's a lot to love here.
The walking chicken, I don't know what's going on with that. It's cool, though.
It's unique. Like I feel like I've never played anything like this. Yeah. No, I love my time with it. Like I had a great 3 hours with it.
So how are the quests, or is it mostly you're focused on decorating and stuff?
No, I mean, there are quests, but it's going to be like, can you feed the birds? I have these crows. Can you feed them? So you have to go cook for them after you've collected, and then you put the food out. And then you get an extra crow because you have these crows that you control. So it's like a bird theme here, and you can send these crows out to collect for you or attack certain structures that you're taking down. And you talk to your chicken house that walks. So you're actually like talking to birds. You seem to be communing with birds. Now it's all based on Slavic folklore. So I think that's sort of a thing with Baba. It's not Baba Yaga. I thought it was Baba Yaga, but it's Baba Jaga or something. Hold on. I wrote it down. There's another Baba. Baba.
They might pronounce the J like a Y. Though.
Maybe, but it's written weird. Yeah, it's
Babajaga.
Baba Jaga. Do you say Yaga with that? It's probably what it is. So it's based on that witch, and yeah, I guess there's some sort of bird connection.
Oh,
thing.
she's an apprentice. You're an apprentice to the legendary witch.
An apprentice to her, and I believe you may become her, or maybe she's you from the future. Some weird shit's going on with this lady. So it's kind of like a good story. I don't know. I liked it. There's like something awesome about this, like a perfect Halloween game, I think, or perfect fall game.
Literally say those words 1 second ago.
Yeah, like if you like the Salem witch thing, like they just did a really, really good job. It just they need to finish it. Otherwise, like, yeah, for, I don't know, what is it, $20-$30 for a couple of hours before it ends. I feel like they need to kind of do more, but definitely.
It's $17.99 right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. Some people do the $1 an hour thing. So I don't know if it's because it's really only a couple of hours before they kind of say, yeah, you finished this. So it's a shame, but I did like a lot about it. All right, moving on quickly. I did retry Nightingale. Nightingale was a survival craft that wasn't ready at the time when I reviewed it. And they just released Realms Rebuilt, a huge update where they redid the campaign. They added more realms. There's an overhauling of crafting and progression. There's a transmog system. And now it's actually worth looking at. It's on sale as well for, I believe, $18. So now if you like survival crafts, Nightingale is worth playing. Like it wasn't before, but the devs stuck with it and they listened to all the feedback, and now the reviews went from mixed to positive. So this is actually like one of those good stories where something from early access, they didn't just abandon it, they made it good, and now it's worth playing. So you have typical survival craft loop. I know you guys hate crafting tables, but I love them. You get that. You get like helpers, recruits that you can hire around that help work in your base, sort of like Pal World now. It's actually pretty good. It's a decent for the price, kind of get together with your friends and do some survival crafting. So check out the Realms Rebuilt update for Nightingale. Cool. Yeah, it was really pretty and also guns. Very fall.
I see guns.
Oh yeah, there's guns, there's magic, there's a lot of trees with the colors changing, and it's very fall. Like I felt so fall playing all 4 of these games this week. Like they each felt so fall to me that it just felt like a perfect time for the theme. And the weather changed here because we just got over a heat wave, so now it's gorgeous out. So for the show, I did want a fall drink, and I was curious about these. So you guys know I'm not a drinker, but they actually have a non-alcoholic beer that's very popular by me. It's constantly being promoted and pushed in my face at the grocery store. It's Athletic non-alcoholic beer. The one I tried is called Upside Dawn. It is a
I've had all these
beer.
On the show.
I know. I'm just talking from my perspective because I usually just drink water. So this is, I think you've maybe tried their IPA. I don't know if you've tried their
tried
Golden.
A bunch of them. I did try the fall one that the
Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
So
those
this
Athletic ones are some of the better non-alcoholics.
They're okay.
Yeah.
I've tried a ton of them.
No, Upside Dawn. I say Dawn because I'm from the Tri-State area. Upside Dawn. Dawn. How do you say Dawn?
Well,
Dawn.
So I've heard that Athletic
weird.
beer right now is the #1 beer in the country. And it's the NA.
Wow.
Well, I don't really drink. So for me, this is great because there's no alcohol in it. And I only pour half over ice with lime. So it's 20 calories. The whole can's 45 calories. So if you
Michelle,
put
partake. You need to try partake. 10 calories.
I don't like IPAs. I don't know if they have a golden. But anyway, you put this Athletic Upside Dawn Golden over ice with lime. It's like refreshing, tastes like a limeade. And yeah, it's like, I guess if you look at the ingredients, it's like watery bread you're drinking because there's 10 carbs.
It's like
you're just drinking watery bread.
It's like water steeped in hops is basically what it is.
And I saw this thing called Hops Water. I was thinking about trying that. Yeah, which I wondered how that tastes. Is that, or if I was just better off?
They're all kind of.
It's
they're
not
all
an
in the
upside
ballpark.
dong. I said dawn, dawn. Yeah, but I actually kind of like this. I wouldn't know if this was non-alcoholic.
It's fun.
Like I wouldn't know.
What's cool about the NA beer too is that you can order it on Amazon. You'll find it at the grocery store. It's everywhere. And I've done
you can do that with regular beer too.
Not easily by me, but
okay.
So like Athletic, they have a little club. I did that for a month where they ship it to your house, and they have like special ones like holiday or seasonal ones.
This tastes like, I don't know, this was like a Coors Light or something, like I said, you'd have with Mexican with like ice and lime, and like that's what this tasted like. So I really, really like how this tastes. And then also the people in the Discord convinced me I needed to buy and try. I'm not drinking it because I threw it out. It's the worst thing I've ever tasted. The Coke Zero Oreo. Of course they thought of me because I know I like cookies and chocolate, but it is so vile. So if you don't know, Coke did and Oreo did a sort of collaboration where they made Coke flavored Oreos and Oreo flavored Coke. And I bought the Coke Zero Oreo, and it is so vile. It tastes like a mixture of cherry and vanilla Coke, which I don't like, all hodgepodge together with a fake Oreo taste. It's like so. I feel like if you like energy drinks and all that fake, like super sweet tasting like vanilla Coke, you'll probably like it because I heard it was good. Like I've heard on the internet people love this stuff. For me, it was no.
It feels like all those weird Coke Zeros they've been doing lately all taste the same to me. Like
I can't do any of that.
Spicy vanilla, whatever.
Alex, if you like cherry vanilla Coke, you should definitely try the Oreo Coke. I don't know. For me, it was like sickeningly sweet. I wanted to throw up in my mouth.
Cheeto Coke.
They did Pepsi Cheetos or something. O'Malley was saying, I think in her Discord.
They did?
He did something he said he tried. But I'm not into this, but I'm glad I tried it just so I could go ew. But I should have burned the $3 because I bought like a $3 like one soda that I had on Amazon. But no, so that was disgusting. But I did get my Halloween Oreos, which is how I know the fall season is kicking off. I love my Halloween Oreos. But yeah, check out, they're orange. I love orange and brown together. I've said this. It reminds me of bacon cupcakes and frosting them as a kid. And so I'm excited. We got our Halloween show coming up next month, and we're getting into the season. So fall is this weekend. All right, what did you guys do in the fall world? Let's get into this.
All right, let's break it down. Actually, since Matt's here...
Baking, not bacon cupcakes, baking cupcakes.
I wanted to just... Since I play Call of Duty with Matt, I wanted to have a quick recap about the Black Ops 6 beta with Matt, because I haven't been able to really have a conversation with anyone about it.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
So, Matt...
Yeah.
We didn't play a ton. I played, I think, more than you solo, but we didn't play together as much as we should have. But what did you think?
We will. I think... It's a super fast run and gun version of Call of Duty, which is fine.
Yes.
You know, like you've said before, we have different play styles. Sometimes we like the run and gun, and you know, I love doing run and gun with a shotgun and doing as fast of a loadout as you can, and just racking up the kills.
Like shipment, we have our shipment loadouts.
But the most fun times that John and I have in the game is we find a really good room that has windows where you have good sights on where people are going to be, and we set up our claymores, and we each put down 2 claymores, and the claymores respawn, so we keep getting 2 more each, you know, and we hold down that room, and every time it turns into a thing. Sometimes we'll be sitting there for like 5 minutes, and we don't see anybody. We're just waiting. Then eventually we kill somebody. He comes back. We kill him again. He comes back. We kill him again. And then he comes back with like 5 of his buddies. And then next thing you know, the rest of the match is like the entire other team trying to get us out of that room. And it just becomes mayhem. Like they're throwing everything they have at us. And it's like we just turn the gameplay into that. And like that's just fun. I don't think that's going to happen in this version.
Well, they did add a proximity bomb, which you unlocked at 21.
Does it one-shot kill like a
it does.
Claymore? It does.
Okay. Not all the time. The Claymore to this date will be the best. The one I'm on Warfare 2.
People will probably just dive into the room and avoid that thing entirely.
I don't think I've ever heard a cricket crick so much. Usually it's like cricket, then they're quiet. This guy's like nonstop going. It's not a bit, guys.
It's not a bit. And the thing is, I've had crickets down here. Remember the last few weweeks or a month, Michelle, you and I were doing like one of our bonus shows?
Yeah.
But anyway,
it is strategies. The chat says, like, do you remember playing America's Army?
Yeah, of course.
I thought the most hilarious thing about that game is if you type the word camping in the chat, you know, like stop camping or whatever, it would change the word camping to using tactics.
Really? I don't remember that.
Because you were, so you couldn't say the word camping. It would say, stop using tactics,
Stupid.
Whenever. It was pretty funny, though, because, I mean, they're making the point, like, hey, treat this real. Like, you're trying to stay alive. You're not trying to just run.
No, that's how they did Iraq, Matt. They ran on walls.
They all hid under
They jumped through windows.
But, I pretty much accepted that Call of Duty is not that war game anymore, for many years. But, we accepted it somewhere around the lines of like Black Ops 2 is where we finally said, okay, fine, we're going to do run and gun, with shotguns.
But then we get the break with Modern Warfare. And even Modern Warfare is a lot faster than it was. Warfare.
So you don't make fun of the way I say Dawn Dong when he's saying warfare.
So Matt, Treyarch did come out and they confirmed that what we were wondering, the maps are small.
Right. Yeah, they listed the maps and it's small. And they put the size of the map. Just
they listed the 16 maps and they said, 4 medium, 3 small, like 8 super small, and nothing said large next to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Kids have no patience, no camping anymore. Good.
Yeah.
Tough it up.
No, but I will say, as far as like for a run and gun game, I think it'll be really good.
That movement's going to change everything. And just mark my words, everyone's going to copy that movement.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's just if you forget the diving for a minute, because the diving's a little silly. Like I kill somebody diving more often than I kill somebody just jumping in. You know what I mean? Like the diving kind of makes you a target. But like the movement, the fact that you can tactical sprint in all directions now, and you don't have to you can turn on a setting so that you get tactical sprint assist and with no delay. And once you do that, no matter which, direction you push, your guy is sprinting that direction instantly. So
no, ESP, John is not outside. Matt has a cricket in his basement and it's not a bit. This is the worst show we've ever done.
It is not. Just calm down.
It is.
No.
Yes. What fall games did you play, John?
No, let's talk about Call of Duty some more. So, man, I wanted to break down the loadouts.
I thought the movement. So the movement felt at first weird to me. Then it felt really good, and I said, "Yeah, this is fun. We're gonna have fun."
So I said on VGO that I was diving more when I played on the controller with the Xbox, but then when I got my PC with the keyboard, I stopped diving completely and I was sliding again. Like the diving thing seems stupid to me. And everyone, did you notice that everyone was diving into every room, through every window, over every ledge?
You know what the diving is brilliant though? It's influencers, because it makes for great clips. Just like the whole taking somebody as a human shield makes for amazing clips.
Right.
It's not really a feature you use in the game very much, but as far as getting viral videos, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Don't worry. During the break, he's going to get up and he's going to stomp it with a shoe. He's going to shuffle things around. Don't worry about it.
I can go scare it. Hold on. If I go run over there, it'll stop
mute
chirping.
while John talks. All right, John. What did you play?
We wanted to break down the loadouts.
I don't give a
systems.
shit. Do it on your own time. Let's break down the fall games you played that
Matt,
you said you were excited about.
I want to go over every map one by one, and let's talk about the choke points.
That's great. Let's make an Excel spreadsheet. Let's get the square footage of this. I want a 3D CAD drawing, of the door frames. I want to know what sort of wood we're working with. Is this plaster? Is it... somebody needs to get me a bullet. All right.
Eric says loadouts, yes. Okay, we have
Eric,
a listener who wants to talk
Eric, stop. Don't encourage them. They'll
all right,
go
Matt,
for
let's
35
talk about
minutes.
our loadouts. They did add that thing where if you have 3 perks of the same color, you get a 4th perk.
Yeah.
I did like that.
The cricket's camping in his basement.
All right, let's talk about New World.
Eternum.
Okay, so this is a very fall game. Matt and I played quite a bit of this, and we both really liked it. And I think we're both upset we didn't stick with it to the end, but we played.
No, you're not, because the game was fine for leveling, but Endgame sucked. That's why New World died.
We put some time into it, though, and we liked it.
Yeah, we got to level 30, and I think the cap was 60, although we wanted to get to 60, but we didn't.
I don't think it was 60 at the time, at the launch.
I think it was 50 and maybe the thing at 60.
Yeah.
But that was the big complaint with New World, that the end game wasn't there. And as an MMO, it was bad. So they did this new rebranding and a launch on consoles. And you got to play on Xbox, John, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about this. So I knew about the controversy going into this. And I'm like, all right, well, this is a beta, and everyone's flipping out because they're calling it a beta because it's really the same game, or is it not?
It was out for 3 years on PC, and now it's a beta because it's going to consoles. It's a rebrand, right?
It's a rebrand, but it's also a relaunch on console, which I think is a big deal.
First launch on console.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's the same game.
Well, the core. So what happened here is they redid a lot of the storytelling and the cutscenes, and that was very evident to me when I played it. They added some end-game content. They added a 10-player raid, and that's kind of about it, and a new PvP zone. But the real thing big thing they did, though, is that it has console support. So I played it on the Xbox. Now, one of the first things I realized, and I'm like, you guys are dumb. How could you do this? There's no cross progression. They're fucking morons. Why would you not have cross progression? They even announced it on their website. No cross progression, but there's cross play. So Xbox
then you have to
people
buy it twice.
Okay, I'll buy it twice, but let me have my account on the Xbox that's on my PC. They
don't want the console people to have all these like super high level people.
No,
in there.
Matt, there's cross play.
What? This is stupid.
It's completely stupid. It's on their fucking website.
Yeah.
There's a Q&A section on their website, and they said there is no cross progression. There is cross play. So console can play with PC, vice versa, but you cannot play on PC, save your game, go on Xbox, and reload it.
Now, let's be real. This is a free update on PC if you have New World and the expansion Rise of the Angry Earth. Now, the problem is I bought New World, but not Rise of the Angry Earth, so I don't get anything. And the game I bought is sort of like just kind of not there.
Okay, so right, I understand.
But
you
now
didn't buy
they're
the expansion.
relaunching with both for the same price I paid for the base on console. And yeah, they're telling me it's like I'm not giving them any more money.
But you
like
could just buy the expansion, Michelle, and
why
you're done.
Should I though? I already bought the game, and now the full thing's going to console. And like,
I don't think that's as controversial as you think it is.
It's got mixed reviews on Steam. Everyone says it's bullshit and it's a bait and switch marketing shit, and that's what it is. Like, it's great.
But they're saying that if you don't own the expansion, then you can't play this. That everything does that.
But you
Every
already
game.
released New World with a promise to me that it was an MMO that would continually be updated. That there was no monthly
the expansion
fee.
that you decided not to
expansion. There were supposed to be monthly updates. Whether or not you buy, it's just stupid. Look, I'm not the only one who thinks it's horseshit and a marketing scheme.
When a WoW update comes out, can you no longer play?
I mean, it's not a WoW update though, because like that, their whole promise was you will not be paying for anything ever again. It's an MMO with no monthly fee, whatever. Like they're abandoning like the development for the base game unless you own both. Then it becomes Eternum. Unless you're on the console, it's a whole new experience. It's probably great with the controller, John, on console. Like, I get it.
I'm going to say, okay, so the one thing that was very confusing, and you and I talked about this, Michelle, these early news stories, how they were relaunching the game as an ARPG.
Yeah,
okay,
because they said that sells better on console. It's not an ARPG. This is not Path of Exile or Diablo.
Now I'm gonna defend their marketing a little tiny bit. Okay, a little bit. The combat is the same. The action bar is the same.
I watched someone level from 1 to 25, and I just did that again recently. It's the same game. Now you can swim.
I know,
guys, you added the ability to swim in water.
Okay,
let me charge me for that.
I'm about to talk.
Before, if it's an ARPG now?
An MMO RPG.
Okay, so what I'm saying though is
it's not an ARPG now.
I'm going to defend their marketing a little teeny tiny bit.
Okay.
The combat is the same. It's unchanged. It's the same fucking thing. But when you do it with a controller, it does feel like an action game. That's it. But it's the same. It's exactly the same. But when you play it with a controller, it feels like an action game. I'm swinging a sword with a trigger. I'm blocking with another trigger. It feels like an action game. It just does. When I play with mouse and keyboard, I'm in a different mindset. You know, I have like the action bar. I have my moves, my ones, my twos, my threes. Like, it's just a different mindset.
Wow,
and when
I guess I'm not clear on the difference, because it always felt like you don't just click on an enemy; you have to aim at them if you're using.
No,
the
I
gun.
understand, but there's something with the controller that suddenly makes it feel like more arcadey. You know, I just that's just my opinion.
They intentionally made this confusing,
yeah,
and tried to obfuscate what it was and what was happening. And I think at the end of the day, I think if you're a console player and you heard about New World, you don't know what it is. They didn't want to say it's an MMO because that doesn't sell as well on consoles. So they wanted to do a rebranding. That's what this is. And should a console player pick this game up and play it? Yeah, I mean, New World is cool to check out, but they haven't proven to me that they have something here worth like the end game, the long game. They said they were going to update the first one and like make it good. They didn't. They threw an expansion at you, which was really nothing but giving you a mount. Like they never updated this game. They never had good end game content. It was a shit MMO. That's why people stopped playing.
Wait, they added mounts?
With Rise of the Angry Earth. Yeah, that's what they added. I'm saying like they proved to me, Amazon, that you're going to upkeep this. They don't, I think that's why they tried to say, oh no, it's an ARPG.
I think initially it did gangbusters. You know, it had like 400,000 players or whatever. It was the talk of the town.
And they had no raids. They had no, dungeons that were good.
Yeah, it didn't stay popular. It dropped off. You know, after a few months or whatever. So they just said, okay, what do we do? Do we ride this out for a little bit and abandon it and shut down the servers? Or do we like figure out a way to all this time and money we put into this, like let's rebrand it, put it on consoles? I mean,
that's what they did. But I don't like how they tackled it. And I think it's shit to only give the free update to people on PC who bought both. Like we kind of got the shaft because we beta tested it for 3 years. It's one of those rare kind of things. But I don't know. John has a different take on it. Would you recommend this on the console then, John? You thought it felt pretty good.
I mean, I did think it was fun. Yeah, on the console, it completely worked with the controller. Now, I don't think I'm going to buy it if there's no cross progression. I'm not buying it on the console.
Why would you buy the same game twice? I would never do that for console.
Well,
and PC.
I don't mind doing that like in the winter because I do like bouncing back and forth, like in the living room to the basement, and sometimes I just want to be in the living room, and I really like that option. I just do.
So then get an NVIDIA Shield and stream from your downstairs PC to your living room. Like, don't buy something twice.
I could do that with the Steam Deck. I could stream from my PC.
Steam Deck's weak, though. You're not technically...
No, I could stream from the PC to my Steam Deck.
I guess. I mean...
No,
like you say, why buy it? Yeah, but it's not a great experience, right? Like, why buy a game
same
twice?
Same as NVIDIA Shield that you just said.
No, they're actually pretty good. Like, people have tested, and it's way better than like Steam streaming or even streaming on something else for whatever reason because it uses NVIDIA.
Oh, okay, well, I'm not buying that. So, but
well, whatever. It's 150 on sale, and it uses NVIDIA. It works right with your graphics card. What I'm saying is, why buy it twice if there's no cross progression? And
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it because
the cross progression doesn't make sense though because your game is already saved in the cloud. Like when you run New World, it takes a minute
because
to download
you're not linking to any kind of account when you boot it up.
What is it linked to then? Just your
let
your
you
hardware?
link your Steam account to Xbox. Because today I just linked my Activision Blizzard to Xbox. There's all these Overwatch perks they added. Like you can link accounts. This is no mystery, Amazon. You have us.
No, they did. I know that. That's what I'm saying. There's no option to link. Like there's nothing.
They could figure this out. They don't want to. Yeah, buy twice. Support the developer. Like I'm not buying a game twice. No.
Well, you don't need to buy it twice. You need to buy the fucking expansion.
No, I'm talking about...
And how much is the expansion?
$30.
Why would I buy the expansion? So Amazon can fuck me again and not update the game like they did the first time? Or maybe they want to ruin my 4090 like they ruined my 3080. Like, I don't need to buy this. Like, it's DOA to me. It's great that it's a new game coming to console players, but Amazon needs to prove to me that they're going to support this for a year.
Did you cap your FPS? Like, why did it fry your card?
Oh, because it was badly designed, and also EVGA fucked up one of the early launches of the 3080s. They didn't have like a circuit. There was a circuit board issue with some of the caps or whatever it was at the time. But this was a definite problem with both of them. And then the EVGA replacement that they sent me out was shit and smelled like mold. And then EVGA went out of business for graphics cards. So it was just like it was a shit kind of situation.
Did, really?
Yeah.
How does a graphics card smell like mold?
Don't know. And they also, EVGA used to be great. I loved their 3-year warranty. They always used to be wonderful. And my dealings with them in the end.
The video card business.
Yeah, I knew something was going bad. And they fried a bunch of cards from New World. And I was like, this doesn't, and the customer service had gone to shit. And I'm like, what's happening? And then they announced that they were kind of going out of business. So yeah, EVGA, not what it was on the way out. And it kind of like, yeah. But as far as like, is this a game where you can buy once and play if it's new to you? Sure. But like, John, you'll probably buy it again. You'll probably get to 25 again. And
I don't think I'm going to buy it again. Because I'm not spending $70 wherever this game costs. I'm not doing it. Like I do it. I did it with Call of Duty because I really do like playing on Sunday mornings upstairs. Mm-hmm. You know, where I bought it twice.
But you bought it twice, but now you have Xbox
No, I don't have
Game
to.
Pass.
Yeah.
Right.
Phil took care of that. He knew that was
Okay,
bad for me. So
Okay, good. Thank you, Phil.
but I'm on the New World website, right now, and their Q&A. So it says there will not be cross progression, so players will not be able to transfer characters across different platforms.
Weird.
New players will be placed on fresh start servers to ensure they can bring their journey on a level playing field, but can opt to join PC legacy servers and play with friends.
Right, so you can't take your old character and replay the new stuff, John. That's dead. You have to re-level.
What? New players?
Yeah,
including you. There's no cross
including you.
progression.
You can't. Yeah, that's dead. Your old characters are dead now.
No, they're not. I read that your old
Not what I
characters
read.
stay. Yes.
Yeah, but if you choose to stay on the old dead thing, none of the new update area, that's all new.
I read that you could keep your old character and go forward with it.
But no cross play or cross progression anyway. So you wouldn't want to. You'd want to be able to play.
No, it says here that new players can join PC legacy servers and play with friends.
But the legacy servers are what your old character is on, and that's dead and done. If you want to play the new stuff they add and the new content in Eternum, you have to get off the legacy servers. Therefore, you have to re-level just to play on your PC.
No, I read that your character.
Okay, well, that's
continues.
what some people are saying, and they're pissed off about. They're like, my character is dead now. What are you guys saying? I don't know. All I'm saying is it was definitely shady in the way they marketed this.
Right
was
here.
confusing on purpose. You shouldn't need a Q&A for an update for your game. you know what I mean?
But you're saying something that I knew I already read, that your character sticks around.
On a legacy
you can use
server.
you can use your old character or make new one.
But that legacy server
New
cannot
World is an
cross-play
update
with
for the
anybody.
PC game.
Right. So
What?
if your buddy Matt picks it up on Xbox and wants to play with you, you can't play on your PC legacy character. You have to make a new character on Eternum to update to play with him. Your legacy server cannot cross-play with someone on Xbox, and if you make a new character, it can. So it's not seamless.
I just read that new players can play with the old players and their friends if they join the right server.
Right. If you join the legacy servers, which do not get the new content.
Right. So, whatever. I
legacy
don't know.
servers are old versions, John, like World of Warcraft Classic Sniper.
I understand,
yes.
but they're saying that you could continue the game with that character with the new content.
Sure, but the people who make a new character on Xbox can't cross play with you at that point.
Right,
You're
so
on
we
the
have to
legacy
coordinate.
server.
Like, if you're going to get this new thing,
Right.
I'm not getting the new thing.
Okay, then should we continue playing on the old one?
Just play on
Matt,
PC.
Matt, did you buy the expansion? Because I already
No,
have
he
the
didn't.
new
No.
thing.
You'll buy it and you can play. On
I
legacy
have the
servers
new
but
thing.
together.
If you have the new thing, then we
You have the
can't play
beta.
together.
You don't
Is that
have
what
it
you're
yet.
saying?
The update's not out.
Oh.
I understand, but I have the new thing when it's available to me.
Yes, free PC update for people who have the expansion. So Matt can buy the expansion, and then he'll have the free update, which isn't really free because you need the update. All right, let's talk about your other game, which I do think looks very fall, John.
Oh.
What?
All right, I bought that new Castlevania game. So Konami released this Dominus collection, which is a collection of Nintendo DS Castlevania games.
Yes, the Castlevania Dominus collection.
And I bought it on Steam. I played it on my Steam Deck, on my TV, on outside in deck mode with fall leaves behind me, Michelle.
Nice. It looked like a fall game. You sent me you put a picture in Discord.
Yeah. And so I'm not sure if I played any of these games. I think I played one of them, and I think it's the one that I'm playing right now. Order of Ecclesia. So the three games that come with it are Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia. And those are 3 DS games that utilize dual screen and also utilize the touch screen. And I knew right away, because when I first started playing this, I'm like, what are these games? Like, I just didn't know. And admittedly, I don't know every little nuanced thing about Castlevania. Like, I know there's a ton of information and lore and anime and all that. Like, I played it like for real, like on the NES days and Super Nintendo. And then I also owned it like on the DS and stuff. So I know I've played one of these at least. But they took the DS games and they presented them in a modern way because you don't have dual screens. So what they did is they took the gameplay, the 4x3 window, that would have been, whatever window on the DS. And they put that to the left of the 16 by 9 screen. So the game plays on the left, and then at the top right is a mini map. And yeah, this is like a Metroidvania style game. And then on the bottom right are like your character stats and stuff. This is basically like a very light RPG Metroidvania game. And, but the fact that it was on the DS, I could tell is a slight problem with the controls, because, for instance, there's this one area where I have to press the right button to grab onto like these little hooks, and then I catapult myself up by pulling the joystick down in the opposite direction and then releasing it, and it's very unintuitive. But with a touchscreen, it would have made complete sense to do that.
Well, it doesn't have Steam Deck approval. It only says playable on it for Steam Deck.
100% playable.
Yeah, it says playable. I don't know if that means like whatever. What's CC Games saying? He says Haunted Castle Remaster is awesome. It's 4 games, John. It's a remastered original arcade game.
Yeah. So let me get to that bonus stuff. So then there's 2 arcade games in there.
Okay.
There's the original Haunted Castle, which came out like in 88 or something. And then there's a remastered version of that with updated graphics. That remastered one is pretty cool if you're into the old school Castlevania. That's very sluggish and not Metroid-ish, it's more linear kind of. So I think that if you're a fan of, I'm not familiar with either of those games, but I played the remastered one for a little bit, and I did like the way it felt. It felt more like the NES one, which is the one that I really love. Like that's the memory I have the most is that. But yeah, this is like a whole package. So there's a soundtrack in there. There's a gallery. You can play the different versions of the games. There's American, Japanese, European, and even Korean on one of them.
I saw a physical version of this coming out that people were going crazy for online. It was like an expensive physical version of this collection. So maybe there's some interest just in Castlevania.
Yeah, I only spent time with Orders of Ecclesia, and that is the highest rated of the bunch. And to me, it was apparent it was the most interesting. Like, you play as this girl, I forgot her name, and basically the Belmonts are out of the picture, and this other group is coming in to take down Dracula and stuff. And it's kind of cool though, because they have like these glyphs that you find, and you're basically getting different abilities from the glyphs, and so you get a lot of like weapon and attack variety as a result of it. So you're constantly wanting to explore and find chests and defeat things to get these glyphs to kind of power up. And, and you have stats, your attack level and all that stuff keeps going up, and you keep leveling up and getting more powerful and stuff. And then you have equipment that you can find, like hats and shoes.
I'm trying to look up Haunted Castle because that's what CC said is fun. Like the game, you didn't play that. What's the gameplay on that?
It's basically old school Castlevania, like NES version.
Because it's a weird arcade mode. I didn't know it was like Survivor.
I think Haunted Castle was what Castlevania was called in Japan.
Okay. Interesting. They're calling it like an arcade game, which is...
No, it is. It was a coin-operated Konami game.
Okay.
So Haunted Castle is the second arcade game in the Castlevania franchise. So it's just another... instead of calling it Castlevania, they called it Haunted Castle. But it's the same thing. It's the same lore and same world and all that.
All right, I'm checking out a video of it. Because I played the Castlevania games growing up.
Yeah, but these graphics are not NES style. Like the reissue looks more like PS1 era. More bits.
Yeah. So are you happy with the package, or are you kind of?
I think so. No, you know what was interesting? When I was playing this game, like on my TV outside, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this artwork in this game, you could put it next to Dead Cells and it's like the same fucking shit. Like it holds up so well because everyone's copying this era, like.
Yeah. So the Netflix anime was pretty good too. Castlevania.
Like, it doesn't look old. It doesn't feel. It feels like someone's love letter to this era.
But it's the original stuff. It's good.
Yes.
It holds up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the art looks cool. The colors and by the way, I'm very impressed with your shitty little TV that you put outside. Like, it looks good.
No, that TV's awesome.
Yeah. All right. So Castlevania Dominus Collection. Yeah, I might try this if I had a Steam Deck. I think it kind of feels like a handheldy thing.
Yeah. No, it's a perfect Steam. I was going to get it on the Switch, and I'm like, nah, get it on Steam, because I could do Steam Deck, and
Steam is
whatever.
Better.
I have more control. And
you'll have your library forever, unlike...
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows what Nintendo's going to do.
Right. So, that's it for me. I'm drinking a Partake pale.
Yes, you're hearing crickets. There's one in Matt's basement.
All right, Matt, I'm curious what you played over there.
Yeah, and about your trip.
So the trip, I can get into that real quick. We spent 3 weeks in Japan and, hiked Mount Fuji, stayed in Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Miyajima, Hiroshima, like all over the place.
You sent me some batshit crazy photos, by the way.
Yeah,
Matt was in the clouds.
He was hiking.
Yeah, I mean, hiking Mount Fuji was no joke. I mean, it's over 12,000 feet. So,
Yikes.
we had to stay in these huts, at 10,000 feet because you have to get acclimated and stuff. But yeah, we saw the sunrise from the summit, and it was clear. But you could see the clouds 5,000 feet below you, in the valleys. It was pretty cool. But yeah, the technology-wise, though, in Tokyo, there's this Akihabara district, but it's everywhere. But particularly this district is streets as far as you can see in all directions with, arcades and electronic stores and just everything you could imagine. So it's probably kind of like your experience in Hong Kong, John, where you go in these,
the PC malls, but
the arcades would have multiple floors. The first floor
everything's
is all
vertical.
Claw. It's claw machines,
Are you going to a building
machines.
and it's all action figures and seven floors of action figures?
No, Japan used to be more about handheld gaming. I heard they're trending more into PC now. Did you see that reflected in what in the malls? And did you see PC shops and?
Yeah, so the thing that was cool is you go in this store. There was this one store that I was there. I went back when my kids were too tired, and I went back out and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go spend 5 hours in this store. and I did because there was one floor was all PC stuff and they had a huge section of handheld gaming devices. And that's why I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know there were so many. They had the Steam Deck. And they had the NVIDIA Shield, and then they had the Asus ROG something or other. And then there were 10 others that I never heard of, and they all were so cool.
You should have got one.
I know.
Well, they have them here, too. It's the IIO. There's a million, like you said.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it.
Yeah, but
we
it's
don't have
more
a
fun
store
there.
where you can just go. You can go and play them all. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, then this store would have this giant aisle of PC cases, really cool ones, and you're just walking down there going, "Oh my God, this is so awesome!" And then a whole huge section of power supplies and RAM and all this stuff.
Sounds like Micro Center on crack to me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's all of that stuff is just it's so mind blowing how much I was getting mad because we don't have anything like that in the US.
Yeah.
Not even, Micro Center's gone and, CompUSA or whatever was the closest we had. And that was nothing compared to this. But then you go to the second floor and that's the gaming floor. So there's this huge Nintendo section, huge PlayStation section, huge Xbox, just so much stuff. It was
so the chat's asking some serious questions. CC Games wanted to know if you saw ninjas, and Cliff Siegel wants to know if you saw Godzilla, because I imagine that they're there.
Of course.
Yeah, well, I saw Godzilla.
You don't see ninjas, though. They're not ninjas. They're bad ninjas.
Michelle does have a good point. If you saw them, they would be bad ninjas.
Yeah.
So did you see bad ninjas?
That's
the
question.
I did not see any ninjas, but I did see a Godzilla on the top
bad
of a
ninjas.
building.
Of course you didn't see ninjas.
Of course.
Right. No, I didn't see bad ninjas. No, but it was awesome. And John, this store, the sixth floor was musical instruments.
Oh.
Huge walls of guitars and other instruments you never heard of. Huge area of pianos and keyboards, pro audio.
Well, you went to
gear.
the Fender store too, which I'm jealous of.
The Fender store was awesome. Yeah, it was it's a super high end showcase kind of store.
Yeah,
so
the Japanese Fender
really cool.
stuff is pretty sought after. It's very different than the stuff we get here, and it's good quality. You should have bought a telly.
I know
there.
it's got me really wanting a telly, but they have this new one coming out that's got art from that guy, Hokusai, with the wave and on the guitars. They look really cool. They're old school tellies. They're not tellies though. They're
Broadcaster?
weird. Maybe it's probably closer to that. Yeah, but you have to. They won't ship them overseas. You have to, and there's they're
it has single pickup. It's probably a broadcaster or no caster.
Yeah, one single coil pickup. Yeah, and you have to go pick it up.
That's
there
what Mike Campbell has.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his original guitar, the broadcaster.
Yeah. Well,
all right. Anyway, go on. So
Yeah.
what did you come home with? Anything?
I mean, I don't know. T-shirts. I don't know.
You
Well,
just
they're supposed
bought a
to come-
fucking T-shirt?
I mean, I wasn't gonna buy a gaming. I mean, I had
You
my
brought
Steam
back
Deck
memories, John. Okay, they last
Yeah.
a
A
lot of-
lifetime. Syphilis, yeah.
with me. Syphilis.
I'm here, Badger. I'm just letting Matt talk and letting the cricket have his way.
The cricket seems to have calmed down. It was going
Good.
nuts before.
He's soothed by you talking. So I mean,
Mike
what was
Campbell,
the highlight?
broadcaster, has the 2 pickups. I'm correcting myself. Sorry.
Okay. It's funny because in that Japanese real life adventure game, you have to one of the goals, because it's like tradition, is to see the sunset from the mountain or whatever. It sounds like you actually did that in
nice.
real life. So
The Esquire had 1 pickup, Matt.
Yeah, I got to play that game. Oh, Esquire.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool
Maybe
if
that's
you
what it was.
play it on like a PC itself or a Mac itself.
Which game?
The Japanese real life adventure. If you have like Apple TV or something, like I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like it'd be
Matt
even
does.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Apple TV on upstairs and downstairs. But speaking of those types of things, I did get a Fire Stick 4K Max because it was like, $30 or something. And to try out the Xbox thing. So I put
Oh,
that
yeah.
because, I have all my consoles and stuff are down in the downstairs, the 100-inch, projector.
Mm-hmm.
But on the upstairs TV, I got like a 60-inch TV there, but no consoles on it or whatever. There's, I don't know, no good spot to put them. And I'm not going to buy two of the same console, That's
Yeah.
just opulent. But yeah, the little $30 Fire Stick, plug it in the TV, do the Xbox, go to the Xbox app and do the Xbox Cloud Gaming, and it works like amazingly well, I will say. And I'm not like I'm not a fan of cloud gaming. Like I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the
Nobody
times that we
does.
tried it, like when we tried on live, John, I thought
Yeah.
that was garbage.
yeah.
Anytime I've tried it before and there's been like even you can feel a tiny lag in the input lag or delay. I'm like, why would I do this? This is stupid. But yeah, no, it felt perfect. I just, I used an Xbox One controller or Series X controller or whatever. And I played that
Were you on Wi-Fi?
that Paris Cafe game.
Oh
Paris
no,
Cafe?
open air cafe.
The open air cafe game?
Let's not start
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's infected you with that too.
That game's
Dungeons
good,
in
right?
Hinterberg.
Yeah.
it was pretty
Yeah.
good. I did like the first 3 or 4 levels or day night cycles. Pretty good. Now I had it on Wi-Fi, but it's right next to. I have a router up there, and that router is hardwired into the downstairs router, and then the Fire Stick was probably like 2 feet from the router up there.
Right.
So I don't know. It worked fine. I didn't feel like the need to buy the dongle to.
Kiwi wants to know the resolution that you felt it was running at. Did it look like it was
Yeah, how did
blurry?
you feel?
Or, yeah, tell us about your emotions.
I don't know. I mean, it seemed like fine. Like,
Okay.
like it was running 1080, P or something. I don't know. No,
1080i?
not I. Probably P. Felt more like a P.
All right. Well, yeah, people have been actually kind of positive about the Xbox Cloud streaming. I've obviously never tried it, but I do have some experience with the NVIDIA Shield, and that was actually pretty decent too. I mean, not that you want to choose to do that, but if you have, 5 TVs in your house, you don't want a console or a PC for every one. Like these are kind of cool solutions if you just, you're in the spare bedroom or you're in your office and you want to play a game. Like we're going to be seeing more and more of this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the bottom line is it works,
Yeah.
If I didn't have an Xbox, like that's a pretty good solution to have an Xbox. For cheap.
No, it's pretty compelling, right? If you have no consoles and you're just console curious, you just you just buy that.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going to play Xbox in December and pay $20, whatever it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, especially if you already have Game Pass, then it's a no-brainer.
Right. But even if you want to like dabble, it's like, oh, this holiday I'm going to have some free time. Let's see what the kids are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, totally. All right.
Michelle, you paused there.
Yeah.
That was a
I
pause.
did.
You gave me the pause.
Well, it's Matt's time. He gave you the pause.
All right, so I can move on to the games. So I played. So all right, I'll start off with the fall assignment. John told me to play fall games.
Okay.
Right, and when you guys usually do this, I will admit this time you guys played a lot of fall games. Like, usually you guys are just kind of mailing it in and like making some obscure connection to the word.
Yes, we took this very seriously, Matt.
Yeah, and I always thought like it would be cooler if they took it more seriously and played games in that theme. But once I tried to do it, I realized it's kind of difficult because I'm searching for like fall and autumn.
That's the Matt Bradford move.
That's what Matt does. He searches like booby every not safe for work episode.
And then he comes here and he's like, I played
Milk Booby Bejeweled.
Boob Jeweled. Yeah.
But I didn't. I wasn't finding anything good. Like
Leaf Blower Simulator. I almost did.
Yeah, you already played.
But it's not out. No, there's a new one, but it's not out yet.
Oh no.
And then I start going and looking at the new releases list, and I'm like, oh, they talked about that game. They talked about that game. They talked about everything. That game. They talked about that. And I'm like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to pick games here and have them be fall related? So I don't know if I did very good at that, but the first game that I picked was called Death Sprint 66, which a fairly new release on Steam. And when you do fall in that game, so it has a fall connection. When you fall, you die.
But there you go.
So when I looked at it, just looking at it, it appealed to me because it looks kind of like Wipeout or something. You remember that PlayStation game, the racing game?
I do. I hate that game.
It looked kind of like a futuristic racing thing, except for you're not like in a car or anything.
You're running on rails.
You're running. You're just You're a guy running. But it's like a kart racer, but you're running.
Okay, that's what really?
But it's Death Sprint.
I want to be there in the
shit. Yeah.
Oh, Death Sprint. So it's like roller derby, kind of. You're beating each other up.
Yeah. So there's a lot of dying and
falling.
But it looks cool though, doesn't it? Like, look at it. It looks like all kind of tech and cyber and.
Well, it reminds me of that game that I can't think of the name right now, but Michelle's going to tell me in 1 second. That game where you're parkouring all over the place in the cyberpunk world.
Mirror's
the colors
Edge.
are all like this.
Are you going to say Mirror's Edge?
No. It's a recent game. They re-released it recently.
Oh, yeah. There's a second one.
Yeah.
For them.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah, I'm blanking on it though
Katana
too.
No. It looks like that.
Yeah, I know the game you mean. They just released a sequel.
Yeah,
it's a parkour game.
I don't know.
Ghost Runner.
Yeah, there you go. Ghost Runner. Thank you very much.
It looks like Ghost Runner to me.
Yeah.
But you're not parkouring. You're on a track.
You're on a track. So, I mean, it's a racing game. It's like Wipeout or Mario Kart. You're picking up power-ups to use against the other players, and you're sliding around turns. You hold one trigger to slide and the other trigger to run, and then you pick up boosts and you pick up different weapons and shields and stuff like that. I mean, it's basically Mario Kart, but with a ton of extra dimensions. Like, you can run on walls, you can slide on these rails, you can hang from these other things, but then there's like these spinning saw blades and a million different like ways you can die because you're like constantly trying to avoid these like lasers and saw blades and
so is it
the
fun?
Other players. That's it. It looks great.
That's where the game falls off. It's not fun. Yeah.
This is what I couldn't figure out. Like, it wasn't fun at all. And I played a bunch of matches, like I did the whole training thing. And then I played a bunch of online matches. Then I did like the challenge mode, PvE stuff for a while. And I'm just like, I just don't want to play this. And I just quit, and I've had no desire to go back to it.
Good.
But it had me wondering.
Now,
like,
this is made by Sumo
paper,
Digital. This is made by Sumo Digital. They did like Crackdown and shit. Crackdown 3.
Really? It seems pretty legit. That's why I'm like sitting here playing this going like, man, it's got great graphics. The gameplay's smooth. Really? Oh.
That was Arcane.
Right? And I'm just like, well, I don't know why, but it's just not fun. Like, I don't know what is the difference between like, why is this game not fun, but like, other racing games like.
If you have to ask why it's not fun, just turn the game off and stop playing it.
I know, but what is it? Like, what's the difference?
They just missed the mark. Sounds like they missed the mark on like the matches. Like, the movement might be fun, but if the goal of the game isn't there, like, you're just running.
Yeah, there was like no progression,
Yeah.
or I didn't really care if I was in first place or
there's
sixth
no hook.
place.
Well, that's always a bad feeling.
Yeah.
That's when you know
Yeah.
the game is pure shit. When you don't
Yeah.
care, and I've been there, and I'm sure Michelle's been there,
every week for one of these
yeah.
shitty games I'm playing
Yeah.
for the show. Yeah.
All right, so Matt, what else going on?
So the next game I played is Star Trek Resurgence, which I understand has been out on consoles for like a year or two, and they promised it was coming to PC, and it finally did, like like a month ago or so.
April.
April. All right, a couple months ago. I don't know, what month is it? Anyway, so this game is kind of like
May 23rd to be exact. Sorry.
This guy, thought she was blah blah blah, and you can like see how they reacted to what you said and stuff.
Is this the Star Trek game I played that was out on Epic first? It was like a story game. I'm trying to remember.
I was wondering that too.
There were
this
a couple
former
of
members of Telltale.
Yeah, I think I played this last year, but it was on Epic, not Steam.
On console.
No, not
really?
console. It might be another one. I'm trying to figure out which one it is because I don't remember the name. I'm like Googling our show notes.
I was wondering if Matt played this. Star Trek Resurgence is on Epic Games.
Yeah, but let me just do a quick.
It was released in May of 2023.
Yeah,
Michelle.
Crickets.
Michelle.
Yeah, I don't think this was it.
No, 2023.
It does feel like a Telltale game.
It was released on Epic Games in 2023.
Okay, so maybe I did play that one.
And 1 year later on Steam.
Okay.
In 2024.
Okay, yeah, it came out May 23rd, 2024 on Steam. That's what I was looking at, but it has been out before on other things. So maybe you've talked about it, but
yeah, on Epic. I know that someone did. I remember looking at these screenshots.
It definitely has like a Telltale Games feel to it,
Yeah,
like,
I didn't think it was bad. It was kind of cool if you're a Star Trek fan.
I think it's see. I grew up watching the original series, and then absolutely fell in love with Next Generation and Picard and is the ultimate. But and I also watched Voyager and all the other series too. But so this felt like somewhere between like Next Generation and Voyager. Like you're in an episode, and it's like really good writing, really good voice acting throughout. Like everything's completely voice acted, and I really like all the characters, and the story is interesting. Like I want to keep going back and see what's going to happen because there's some real intrigue going on. And I don't know. I actually kind of love this game. I'm gonna absolutely like finish it. And
so is there gameplay or is it just a lot of dialogue?
Telltale.
No, there's a lot of gameplay where it's like quick time actions. It's like push the left stick up now. You have to do it within a certain amount of time, or like something bad will happen. Or it's like, or you're doing, you're like you also play as this guy who's like I don't know, an ensign or something. And he's works in the cargo bay and in engineering, so you're doing like his stuff and dealing with his relationships. And I'm romancing this redhead because, like she liked that I talked with, like the banter that I had. So I was like, oh, I can romance her. But, you're doing tasks as him, like, oh, you have to run diagnostics on this shuttle because something's going wrong with it. So you go onto the shuttle.
You're on the ship outside in space, and you're trying to repair something while there's you're outside walking around.
Like a storm. Ion storm. Yeah. And then you have to use your phaser to shoot the ion things that are coming up. So there's like mild gameplay elements like that.
It's for a Star Trek fan who wants to feel like they're in an episode. And I like TNG. I like Deep Space Nine. I even like Voyager. So for me, it was like, okay, this is cool. When we played, we're like, we're in a Star Trek episode. Like if you hate Star Trek, I wouldn't even look at this.
Yeah, but if you love Star Trek, I would say 100% pick it up.
Yep.
So $25, that's definitely worth it. Wait, what's Captain's Edition? I didn't get that.
Engage.
Anyway, yeah, I'm loving it. So
great.
That's not really fall related, but Deep Space Nine is the one series I didn't watch.
Didn't like
Should I watch Deep Space Nine?
Oh yeah, it's okay. It had to grow on me because you're not like out on a ship really or at the space station, but after like a while, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, if you like TNG and Voyager even, which I know is hit or miss, Deep Space Nine is probably one of the best for sure.
Cool. Probably check it out.
All right, Matt.
9.
Anything else?
The Borg.
No, I think that's it.
The cricket is angry.
It's Sierra Nevada hazy little thing IPA.
There you go. All right, let's talk about some news, Michelle.
Yeah, let's do a voicemail first, though.
Oh, sure. 520-FEEL-VGO, 520-FEEL-VGO. Tiger?
Hey, VGO crew. It's me, Justin, in Atlanta. Just got a little shout out to a game. It's a mobile game. It's Monster Hunter Now. Now, I know you guys have maybe talked about it just once. I think John mentioned it, but I've been playing since it started. It's been over 2 years. They just now introduced a heavy bowgun, and it literally, if you ever played Monster Hunter, you get like all kinds of weapons, but this one is a heavy bowgun, but it has a special where it acts as a machine gun, literally, and you have to use your phone to move your phone and actually aim for the monster. It just elevated this game to another level, man, and I think the CBDs are starting to kick in. But anyways, I love the show and love ya.
Did you try this, John?
Awesome.
I don't remember.
No, this is an AR game. It's
yeah,
like Pokemon Go, right?
I'm a huge Monster Hunter fan, but I've never played Monster Hunter Now. This is the mobile game. But the way he described the shooting with the bowgun or whatever, with like aiming your phone, that's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking at a screenshot. It looks like Pokemon Go or something, like that kind of game.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I thought I don't know. Maybe no.
Oh, it's a Niantic. It's made by Niantic. It's made by Niantic.
Okay,
who makes Pokemon
sense.
Go.
So it's got like a Monster Hunter skin with the cool weapons and stuff. I don't know. I'm super excited for Monster Hunter.
I like
Wilds.
the Harry Potter one they did. Like,
did you play that?
Yeah,
like, did you like it?
I did. I remember like being in Macy's. My wife was trying stuff on, and I was capturing things.
Were you holding a purse? All right, let's get into some news. What's going on out there that's fall related?
Oh, fall related.
Oh,
yeah,
I have a news story. If I could
Sure.
bring it up.
Yeah, of course.
Are you aware of what's going on with Steam Family Sharing?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because that's on my list. I was going to say fall is all about sharing and the harvest, and it's great now.
It seems good, but maybe bad because this just they're changing family sharing. They're calling it now Steam's Family. I don't know. They're calling it Steam Families instead of family sharing.
Yep.
I think they're trying. I get the feeling that this is kind of a crackdown on like sharing with your buddies.
No, you don't have to be in the same place. It's just that you can only be in one family at a time. So you can have 6 people, no password sharing. Before you used to have people log in with your password. And let's face it, you still don't want to give your buddy your password. It's not secure. You don't know what's going on over there.
That.
Now you just invite them
friends,
via
we
your
do like a remote login to do that on each other's PCs.
But you don't even want to like mess with that, right? So now it's just 6 people, no password sharing. You invite people. And the big thing here is it's like having a physical copy of the game you're handing to your friend because you guys can play at the same time as long as it's not the same game. So my sister and I do this. It's huge. Now great. You know, she's on playing something from me, let's say Cyberpunk, and I'm on there playing her Elden Ring. And we're both on at the same time in each other's accounts. And
no, that's good.
Yeah,
that's great because, like,
my daughter would always say,
Balatro. I'm playing Balatro on my Steam Deck, and it's like, oh, your friend Bill needs this game back. He's playing Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yeah, you don't have to be in the same household because I'm doing it with my sister and she lives in another town.
It says, can I leave a Steam family? Steam families are intended to contain your immediate family. A major life events can change who lives in your household. It's understandable. Someday you might need to join a new family. Adults can leave. But they will need to wait 1 year.
Right. So they don't want you family. They don't want you family jumping, basically. So I can be, okay, today I'm in this family group so I can get his games. Now tomorrow I'm going here. Right. They don't want you giving it to a bunch of people. Like, let's say I have 6 slots because people were starting to do this.
It's actually worse.
It's better. They're saying.
No, it's worse.
It's way obvious.
Better.
It's
How
way
is
better.
It way better? It's worse.
This is way better for me. I can be on the same time as my family, and they don't kick me off my account. Basically, what people were doing is they were saying, "Hey, you don't need Game Pass for $15 a month. You can have my library." So instead of like renting they don't want you renting your library out every month to you people. They want you to have your family and friends your core group that you're going to stick with.
Is that what people are doing?
Oh yeah, people definitely do that. There's Discords you can join where they say, "Hey, you can come." They want to kind of prevent that abuse of the system, but you can invite any 5 friends you want, and as long as they're going to be your friends and they're going to be in your family, they can use it. And you can all. So it could be one guy's library, like a dad with 4 kids that live across the country, and you can all play dad's games at the same time, as long as it's not the same game. And you can have multiple licenses of a game, of course. Then you can play at the same time. But this is great. This is absolutely a win move for me.
Hypothetical. It's me. John, my friend Bill, and like this other guy Ross. Like we can all still share a library, and it's no problem.
But we have to be one family.
Yeah, you make a family called whatever the COD
wait,
Bros.
But now this complicates.
But right now,
things.
right now in a
my
family
daughter,
though,
my daughter I share
so
with.
invite your daughter in. Save a slot for
Do you
her.
see how this is not better?
Yeah,
it's worse.
this is
way
worse.
better.
Yeah.
It's
also,
worse.
wait,
It's
hold
worse.
on, hold
It's
on,
worse
hold on,
if
hold
you're
on.
abusing the
John.
system.
Right now,
Yeah.
I get access to John's games, Bill's games, Ross's games because we're all in a family group. We share with each other. Whenever.
Right, but you guys can't
Does
play
that
at the
change?
same
Do we have to
time.
pick one person to
Yes.
be the dad that shares
Yes.
the games?
You're not the dad,
and the other
but
people
whatever. The family head,
but I mean,
whatever you want to call it.
Does everybody
worse.
share with
It's totally
everybody?
It's not worse. It's way better.
It's absolutely
Everybody
worse.
shares with everybody in that family group, Matt. Yes, and you can all play at the
Okay.
same time. Whereas before, you would have gotten kicked off even if you were on different games.
Okay.
It is better in every
So
match.
little
in every way,
Billy
unless
buys a
you're-
game and dad can
Yes.
play it.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, save a slot. Like John, you have you and your daughter. Matt, you have you and one of your children. And then whoever Bill, he's got Bill and his son. And then it ends. Like you're gonna have to cut out Ross. Like Ross, you got to start your own family, Ross. But now you can all play at the same time. So this is a good thing. I think that unless you're abusing the system, that even if you aren't
Abusing. We've been
I don't
doing
wanna
the same.
No, but I don't want to get
scheme for
kicked off. Okay, you know how many
10
times my sister has had to
years.
ask me, "Are you on your Steam?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing Path of Exile." She's like, "Well, I wanted to play this game." I'm like, "Well, I'm playing PoE." And it's like, "No, you're not going to kick me off my account. It's just dumb. The family sharing was almost useless before.
I've been there.
Now it's
I've
great.
been there.
Now it's
Yeah.
great. So I think this is a good thing
I've
for
been
fall
there.
and Thanksgiving. These guys are all talking about who's your
Well,
dad.
Michelle, the other thing that happens right now with Steam family sharing is that we have to keep any. Are you,
I'm here.
Michelle?
You're
Just real
cutting-
quick. The other thing that happens a lot is we have to re-enter the passwords because anytime it's tied to your hardware, so that if you put like a new hard drive in your computer or do anything, it considers it a new computer, and we have to re-enable everything.
You don't
Like,
have to
is
do
that
any
better?
of that. It's all based on friends.
Okay,
Just friends
that's
list,
cool.
click to invite and go.
But listen to this. What happens if my brother gets banned for cheating while I'm playing my game? If a family member gets banned for cheating while playing your copy of the game, you will also be banned from that game.
Yeah, so no using it for ban evasion, which was something else people were doing basically in Counter-Strike, where they would have these rental accounts. So you would have some third-party account in Guam that would cheat in the game, and then they'd get it banned, and they could just keep making cheaters.
man.
It's actually going to help Counter-Strike cheating and
Okay,
Dota cheating
okay.
and PC game cheating. So that's fine.
Okay.
No, don't get
cool.
banned. Don't get banned.
All right.
Okay,
So,
so Michelle thinks this is a good thing. This
I
is
think it's
only
a
going to
good
be
thing.
better.
I think you're
Okay.
crazy. I mean, I can see the downside.
I think it's
but
worse.
No, it's not worse because you can be on at the same time. So it's great that you had a library of 5 friends, John, that you could play with. But if any of you guys are actual gamers and you're gaming every night, that negates like the whole linking in the first system because somebody's always on Steam and you can't use it. Now you all can at the same time.
that's
You could have
only
5
if you wanted
libraries
to
of
play their
games.
game. I mean, I buy the games I want, but
Okay,
like,
that's nice for you because you buy them. But my
daughter, like,
you now have
she
a library
plays
of
my
5 people's
Stardew
games that you can all
Valley,
be on
you
the
know,
same time.
so
and now
that
she
would-
can
that-
play it every night, and it won't impact you from being on
Yeah,
your
I
Steam
know,
account,
because
which
that was
won't
always
impact Matt from being on your Steam account.
I get it. All right, so let's talk about Jensen. This is very fall, by the way. His jacket.
It is. He's got the best jackets in gaming.
I thought this was interesting, Michelle. This article here. He says we can't do computer graphics anymore without AI.
I think what he's saying is we're investing
here.
in AI. So
No,
deal with
I
it. Yeah.
no, but I believe this statement is true though. That
Well, are we getting into
this
Moore's
is
law
where
where the
we are.
silicon can't get any smaller or something here? There's too much power draw. So now we're using AI
Right.
to come in and fix these problems. I mean, let's be real. DLSS is part of the reason, like I said, of what makes an NVIDIA card better than an AMD card. And what he's saying here is, yes, the technology has to save us because the power draw is already too strong and we can't get it too much more powerful. Are you in on this AI stuff, John? Like, are you down? Because you used to be very anti, kind of like, well, I don't want to put the DLSS on.
Well, in the beginning, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there was a perceived fuzziness, right? And as long as that gets better, which it clearly is.
Well, it's better with DLSS 3.5, but also
Yeah.
frame generation on the 40 series
Well,
helps a
even
lot, which I know you don't have yet. But
Like Call of Duty multiplayer, I'm turning it on.
it's
I would
not
never
John's
do that.
cricket, it's Matt's cricket, and it's a real cricket, and he tried to scare it away,
Yeah.
guys. It's not a bit. Trust me. I know this is going to go down
Sorry,
as a cricket episode.
I can mute.
You know, it's just the people, like I keep saying it, they think it's John playing a joke. It's
I know.
not.
It is something John would do. That cricket is
It
going
is.
berserk, though. It's
Yeah.
like... Anyway.
So,
But no,
yeah,
I mean-
I think every system going forward, we saw Sony with the PS5 Pro. It's
Yep.
all about their new AI technology.
Yep.
We know the new Switch. It's
Going to have the juice.
It's pretty much guaranteed. It's going to have Jensen's juice all over it.
Ew.
So,
You know, rumors just came out about the Switch 2, possibly 2 screens.
yeah, I would like that.
Would you like
Like
to
a
go back to a
DS? What do you
DS? Would
mean?
you like that?
I wouldn't mind it.
Clamshell Switch?
Yeah,
Sure.
It says one industry insider from Taiwan says it will have 2 screens, just like but it will support Switch games just like DS and 3DS did. Prior to that, though, Nintendo president said that it would look similar to its predecessor rather than different with other form factors. But that's what I want to know. They can't just release a more powerful Switch because they're going backwards with the OLED screen. So they have to make people want to buy this. Otherwise, what's going to make you, John, with your OLED, want to go buy a new Switch that doesn't have an OLED? Well, if it has 2 screens and the new Mario game works
Well,
with
I mean,
it.
there would be
Do you think it'll be a folding screen though?
I hope
I don't
so.
know.
Like your phone? Because then it could be 2 screens, or you could say, I want it to be 1 screen for this game.
Well, that's what I was wondering because, like, I have the Pixel Fold. It has, it's a folding phone.
Oh,
and it
Badger
opens
thinks
up
they
and-
got to support DS games. I want to bring those forward and resell them to you.
Oh,
Probably
that
already
would be oh.
Oh no!
Oh.
Not again! How many times are you going to buy
oh.
that?
Yeah, you could buy all the DS games.
That's actually that. Oh boy, that's
no.
smart as fuck.
That's
If
grindy.
it's not. It's smart as hell though, because it's like we want to bring all these DS games forward, but we can't because everything's got 1 screen now. Well, let's do 2 screens again, and we could re-release those over and over again. Yeah, I like
guess.
it.
You
I
like
hope it does. So I do think
I
though.
like it.
If they did do this though, I want it to be more like my phone, where when you open it up, it's 1 giant screen
Well,
instead
from
of
this patent that Old Cranky Gamer
yeah.
pasted, it's not. The patent is for like a clamshell,
2 separate screens?
It's like a really big DS, 2 separate things, but it says detachable device. So
Oh, that
I
was
guess
the
you
whole
would be able
daisy
to
chain rumor.
detach the upper screen and take the lower part with you like it was a regular Switch.
Mm.
I guess.
Yeah, I would love it to be a bigger screen. I don't think they would ever do that though, because I think that like these folding phones with the no gap in the middle, I don't think that would be kid proof. You know,
Right.
I think kids would snap that thing in half in like 2 seconds. So, Michelle, the Sims movie is coming. Is this true?
Yeah,
Do we need this?
We don't
What
need
could-
it. So
what could this
there's
be
weird
about?
stuff going on with Sims. So the Sims movie adaptation has officially been confirmed by EA. It's being produced by Margot Robbie's production company, Lucky Chap, and directed by Kate Hernan from Loki. And they also just came out and said there are no plans for a Sims 5 game. Sims 4 will continue to receive updates. So they can't do a Sims 5 because players would lose all their progress and decades worth of expansions, which is weird because at one of the events, they made this big stink about Sims 5, aka Project Rain. And it was like, this doesn't look good. Apparently it was either canceled or it's a mobile project because mobile footage leaked. I feel like Sims is just DOA. How many expansion packs for Sims 4 can you make? Like, I love to build a house as much as the next person, but the game is stale. We don't need a movie.
Is this just going to be? This says Amazon MGM confirms development of the Sims movie. Did Amazon buy MGM Studios or something? What's Amazon MGM? Or
I don't know.
Like, is this just going to be on Amazon Prime?
But I don't
It's gonna
understand
be
what is
terrible.
this? What's a Sims movie?
Just like
It's
the
just-
Barbie movie or the Minecraft movie.
But it's
a
just
movie
people
from-
living. But Sims is so generic, though. It's just people
yeah,
living.
there's a fire in the
mundane
kitchen.
life.
Your toddler's
Right.
drowning in the pool.
That's what I'm saying.
What is the
What's
Sims? You hire a maid for pizza? Like what? If you play
Yeah, I
The
don't-
Sims, you know what the movie's going to be. Yeah,
Well, they're going to
that's
have to
weird.
do a Barbie take on it. Somebody's
Yeah.
breaking.
Yeah,
the
but Barbie
world,
has like characters, and Sims is just generic. It's just generic people
Kiwi,
living
it
their
is
life.
green lighted.
Yeah, but
EA confirmed it. It's
Huh?
real.
Angry Birds was just generic, and they made a movie out of that.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah, but
birds.
that's kids. Like
They have
Sims
personality.
is like, I don't think
That's-
7-year-olds
that shit-
care about The Sims.
That shit printed money, by the way. That Angry Birds. I don't
It's
understand.
back
that.
now. There's like
Yeah.
Angry
Is it
Birds
really?
redone. I think I saw.
Well, you know
like
what's
it's-
back is Flappy Bird.
Oh,
Someone
that's
bought
what
Flappy.
it was. Flappy Bird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Flappy Bird's back. The guy
Okay.
that disappeared, he sold it to somebody, and they're relaunching it. Now, listen, this I really am tempted to do. So, compact mode for Windows
Okay.
is now available for Xbox Insiders, which I am.
So this is the compact version of Windows for handheld PCs?
Yes,
Okay.
So
Interesting.
you would put this on your Steam Deck?
yes, I'm tempted to do it.
do it.
So, and you can basically map a shortcut to one of your hard buttons that will launch this. And it's basically Steam Big Picture mode, but by Windows, and you can quit games and go back into the menu. So it's a console experience through and through. And I think if you set it up right, you never even have to ever see Windows. And it looks pretty good. I want to do it. What do you guys think, Michelle?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Microsoft does botch everything, but I feel like for a handheld device, if you want Windows on it, this is going to probably be your best option.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be a much more enjoyable way to get at Game Pass and stuff
Yes.
like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. This is
Get
my
it,
motivation.
Battle.net stuff
Yeah.
and
And I mean,
Yeah.
listen, if you want to play some multiplayer games, you can't play them on Linux because of the anti-cheat. So
Yeah, but you're not going to play COD multiplayer on
I
this
know,
internet.
it's always a
You'd
dream.
get destroyed. I know it's a dream, but you're not going to do it.
I know, but it's always a dream for me to have that on the go,
yeah. Well, speaking of dreams, we did have a question here from Jay, who I guess he wants to know about the PS5 Pro, which is just a dream right now because wait, John, you said you're getting one actually. Matt, are you interested in a PS5 Pro?
I didn't say I'm getting one. I'm not getting that shit.
I thought you did.
No.
You said
No.
you're buying it with GTA.
Yeah, that's like 2 years from now. I don't have to think
So it's
about
just a
that for a
dream
long
right now.
time.
But okay, so Jay wants to know, he said, hey, VGO, longtime listener, question for discussion after listening to last week's price debate. Did consumers paying for PS5s on eBay for $1,000 on scalpers the first year encourage Sony to charge $700 for the Pro? So was Sony paying attention to that? Do you think the PS5 Pro will have an advantage over Xbox Series X crossplay in FPS and other competitive online games? Thank you, Jay from Gameplay Express. That's a good question with the scalpers, sort of seeing that there was this sort of shortage and
right,
people
they're like,
were
shit, we could have
willing
got
to pay.
$1,000 for this
Yeah.
shit.
So
These
yeah,
scalpers are making $500.
Right.
We made $200.
right, out scalping the scalpers, Sony. No, I think like I said during our little mock debate, that I think Xbox set the price when they charged $600 for the new Xbox coming in November. I think with this old hardware, so Sony was like, all right, well, but I kind of knew it was going to be pricier. It's just the way the market's going right now. The cost of everything has gone up, including GPUs, including consoles. The next Switch is not going to be $300. It's probably going to be $400, and then the OLED will be $500. That's just my prediction. But
My take is they want to sell as much as they can of the PS3, the PS4, the PS5, the PS6, the PS5.5. That's kind of a money grab. They're
That's
like,
true.
let's see how much we can get out of this. It's
Yep.
not so much that we need to move the most consoles to take over the market with this one. This one is just like, how much extra can we get out of this,
yeah,
Right.
that's true. It doesn't
all
matter how many they
Concord's
sell.
fault.
Yep. How many McDoubles? Good question, Cliff.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I've been seeing people crying. I live in Australia, and the new PS Pro is $1,400. Like, well, dude, you're in Australia. That's why. It's not because they charge that much. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, yeah, that's the way things are going. But yeah, they're out scalping the scalpers, I guess. And people will still probably clamor for these. I bet they'll still pay $1,200 for these on eBay if there's a shortage. There's going to be a market.
So speaking of PS5, do you think Astrobot, the new one, will come out on PC in like 6 months
Yeah, it is.
or a
They
year?
already asked. I don't know if it's been confirmed, but the Astrobot developers said, ask PC gamers how they'd feel about it and if they'd want it. And I think Sony has sort of said everything we release is coming to PC. So,
All right,
and
that'd be
because
awesome.
they want to push their controllers.
Astrobot is so good. And
Yeah.
I have been playing that still.
Yeah, they want to push their controllers, and especially I heard they're really good in Astrobot with like the haptic feedback, and that the more games they have like that on Steam, the more
Well,
controller,
yeah, the
hardware
controller
sales they sell
is a
too.
big part of some of the gameplay. Like
Yep.
you need the controller in certain areas, like to blow into the microphone and shit.
Yeah, no, John, people
so
want to
that-
talk to us
that's-
about Tony
you know,
Hawk.
I-
Sorry.
The Astrobot
Okay,
review that you guys did sounded good to me until you started talking about blowing on the controller. I'll
Yeah,
just
I
tell
do
you.
that-
I
That's
do
do
that
that
not
there too.
appealing
Matt
to
and
me.
John, like
Okay.
it's so cool. You blow into your controller. Like, come on, guys. This
You
is something
do
I
it.
would have liked when I
You
was
don't
5.
do
I
it.
had
You
strawberry
don't do it
shortcake
often.
kisses.
Calm down. All right, so.
But it was revolutionary when the DS did
Exactly.
it like 20 years
Yeah,
ago.
I'm
Come
with
on.
you, Matt.
But you
Yep.
know what? I still like the fact that they're at least trying to take advantage of the hardware because no one else really is.
Oh, yeah, you
know?
can rub it on your ass and it'll do something because it detected the sound. Like, come on, you're reaching. Don't make me blow in my controller.
Okay, so
Dumb.
today there's 2 skateboard things going on.
Yes.
So the first one is Tony Hawk announced that he is doing something with Activision. That's it. He can't say what it is, but something's happening. Okay.
All right, remaster.
And then the next day or 2 days later, or whatever the timeline is, but after today, Skate announced that they're launching an early access in 2025. And Skate, as you remember, is EA's Tony Hawk competitor.
Interesting.
So
same time.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It's
so
rude.
Yeah, they're going to destroy Tony Hawk again.
No, they're not. Don't do that. That's not. No.
Yeah, it's
they
wrong.
never did. They never did. They never destroyed Tony.
Tony's
Didn't they
dead.
though?
No. They
Did you
didn't.
order the saucy nugs, John?
Why did they stop making games like Project 8 then? Why did they go to like Tony Hawk Ride and and then just give up?
Well, because everyone was fucking pursuing all the Wii bullshit. That's what killed Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
With the fucking skateboard peripheral, and then he tried doing mobile. Like they were just chasing the trends instead of just sticking to their guns. But you could argue that game, those old games they're kind of old open world games now. Like what would it look like now if they revisited that? And you can't do that Jackass type shit. Would that fly anymore? That's when it was really good to me, when Bam and all them were in it.
Yeah.
I got that Tony Hawk Ride thing, by the way.
I did too. It was stupid.
Yeah, it was stupid.
It was really bad, and I was jazzed and psyched. And
I know.
I tried it like 3 times probably. I mean, it was so bad. I love Tony Hawk as the guy, but whatever.
It had sensors on the side so it could detect your other foot. Like push fake
It
pushing
sounded
on the
cool.
ground.
I still have it.
Yeah.
It's under my love seat.
Oh, break it out, sell it.
But yeah. Listen, Tony, if you're listening to me, buddy, don't just because the last couple of games you did, you revisited, you re-released the old games, which I know are revered, but please go back to the Jackass shit.
Yeah, do an open world skate game
that's fun and stupid and irreverent, and get Johnny Knoxville, get those guys.
Playground. Well, aren't they like
what?
One of them's like a criminal now. He just
well, Bam, I think got in trouble, but Johnny and the crew, they've been doing movies the last couple years, so just do it. Just have a bunch of old guys fucking around. Just
some old guys fucking. All right, delaying the Plucky Squire was uncomfortable, but right for the game. And I bring this up because this seems like a Matt or John game. It's called Plucky Squire. It's Devolver Digital. There's been some buzz about it today. I was shocked you didn't pick it up. It's got like a musical theme. It goes from 2D to 3D in the gameplay. It's getting some like
that game. Yeah.
And it's got some indie stink. I feel like Matt's going to come with this next week. I'm predicting.
I don't like the name.
Yeah, Plucky Squire. I think people say if you like games that actually that UFO 50 game is next week too, which is like 50 games in one. I feel like that's a game for you, John. There's like a lot of these weird little
I saw this Plucky Squire game. I didn't pursue reading about it though.
It seemed interesting because it goes from 2D to 3D, and they said it's a musical theme and it's like done well. So I don't know.
Okay,
it looks super creative. Yeah, it's kind of like a Little Big Planet meets some sort of paper or yarn game or something. It's Craft World.
And then
that's cool though.
Yeah. So, did this UFO 50 come out today? Actually, it comes out on the 18th, which is tomorrow. Okay, so this is from Mossmouth, who did Spelunky, and so this is a collection of 50 single and multiplayer games that span a variety of genres, from platformers to shoot 'em ups. I think you got to do this on the Steam Deck, John. I thought of you when I saw this.
Yeah,
What's
this looks like that retro game challenge.
Yeah,
remember that
UFO
game?
50 from the guy who did Spelunky. So
it looks like Retro Game Challenge, which was a DS game I loved.
Yep.
John, are you still playing that Nintendo Championship game on the Switch? No.
You want it?
It's not good, or you have the physical?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I'll take it because my friend Bill keeps telling me I got to beat his.
All right, I'll take it.
Says he likes it, and I have to beat his.
I'll give it
score,
to you when I see you next.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe John will talk about UFO 50 next week. If not, I don't know. I thought it might be interesting to some of our listeners, especially people with Steam Decks. I know people just picked up some Steam Decks because they were on sale. Shout out Badger. I'm definitely getting a Steam Deck too. And this is when games like this would probably be more interesting to me as well. Any other news you guys saw?
No.
Before we get out of here. All right. Well, that's it for us. We had a very festive fall episode. We hope you enjoy the first day of fall this weekend. Get out there, crunch on some leaves. I miss that sound of walking on the fallen leaves outside. It's a
Nothing
good sound.
more autumnal than a cricket.
That's true. We hope you enjoyed our cricket friend who joined us on this episode. I think it's autumnal. I could be wrong because I do say weird things like dawn. But John always has me
sounds pretentious when you say it. I want to say.
Does it? I think it's just the right way to say it.
I don't like words where the obvious word is in there and you're ignoring it and you're creating a new pronunciation.
Well, that's why the English language is supposedly one of the harder ones to learn because we have these weird sort of ways and spellings and.
I know how to say autumn. So
but you also say controversy. You also say controversy, though. And
I only did that tonight, and I don't know why.
And the other day on SUPs.
Controversy. I'm turning British or
Jobber
something.
says, I don't like words. It's a good way to end the show. So if you want to find us during the week, you can go to videogameoutsiders.com. We have show notes, episode archives, a way to support us for $1.99. You get the whole back catalog and weekly bonus shows. We've got a Discord where you can support us. We have a Twitch where you can support us. All the links are on videogameoutsiders.com. Right. Now, Matt, if you want to find you during the week, you do songs with John. You do all sorts of stuff. I mean, anything you want to talk about or promote, Killscreen's album, here's your time.
Check out the Kill Screens on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. And we've got a bunch of albums out there. The last one we released was like December or January, but we've got another one fully done. So there'll be new stuff soon. So subscribe or whatever.
Yeah,
follow
check
us
it out.
on there.
It's everywhere.
All right.
All right, Matt. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Everyone, thanks for
Cricket.
listening and subbing. Go to twitch.tv/John and Michelle and subscribe with your Amazon Prime. It does help us. And that's it. We'll see you next time. Video Game Outsiders out. Summer's gone. Fall is here. Yeah. It's time for Sam Adams. Pumpkin beer. It's here because summer's gone. Yeah. Fall is here. Yeah. Yeah. Get your flannel. I got my boots and my gear because summer's gone. Looks like I'm gonna be cleaning leaves every weekend until it snows. Summer's gone, summer's gone. Looks like I need a new pair of boots.